Yeah, I might have to go back and revisit it all. It's all on iPlayer now, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't seen it since it was on. It just scares me to watch it, but I should probably watch it again.
Oh, you was
Um,
brilliant at it, mate. Honestly.
oh, it was fun to do. It was fun to do, especially the stunts, falling out the window backwards. That was fun, and shooting, getting shot a couple of times. That was great fun. Um, the stunt people are like I fell out the window backwards, and like the stunt man said, "Oh, would you mind doing that again?" Like it would be a chore, and I was like, "I'll do it all day if you want, mate. I'm a stunt man. Let's go." And when they're bringing the guns and that, and you have to have with all these metal chest plates and stuff like that. So because it's all blanks and that, but you can still do yourself a bit of damage
Yeah.
apparently. So yeah, it was great. The only mistake was I decided the first time I got shot in the head, they said you want to have your eyes closed or open, and I thought I was cool, and I said, "Oh, I'll keep my eyes open when I'm dead." And that was because it's so hard to keep your eyes open, especially when you know that they're trying to get the shot, and then they go action, and they're like coming over the top of you, and you've got to keep your eyes open. And so many times I fucked that up. But eventually we got it. But yeah, I wish I'd just had my eyes shut. Bit of advice there for anybody playing dead on TV.
Yeah. How did you get the role of Steve and Craig?
I think it was like early 2000s or something. I used to do street theatre, and I started doing stand up around 2000. And I got an agent who was based in Liverpool, so I moved to Manchester. And then I won this comedy competition in Manchester called the City Life Comedian of the Year. So there was a little bit of a buzz around me on like the Manchester comedy circuit. And they were filming Ideal in Manchester. BBC Manchester was where it was being filmed. So they were doing auditions and stuff around there. And I think because, like I said, Johnny was involved as a comedian, so I think because my name was just a little bit hyped at that time, it got me in for an audition. And I went to the audition. It was about 11 o'clock in the morning. I got stoned before I went. And I thought it had gone really badly. And I went home, and I was waiting for a phone call to say if I got a call back or not. If you don't know, a callback is like if you've been in an audition and they're not sure, but they want to have another look at you, they give you a call back, and then, they make a decision after that. So I was waiting to see if I got callbacks. So then the phone went, and I picked it up, and they went, you haven't got a callback. I was like, oh, well. And I went, oh, no, you've got the part because you were perfect for it. And it turned out that's exactly what they wanted, was a stoned bloke half asleep. And I went to the first time we all met at the first table read. You meet all the rest of the cast, you have a read through the script, you meet like the costume and makeup department, and they have a look at you and figure out what they're going to do, and like everybody's in a queue, and they're going like, all right, so we might cut your hair and give you long hair, we probably might give you a tash and rag you up your clothes a bit and that. And I got to the front of the queue, and they looked at me and they went, oh no, you're all right. So it's basically just, my look was based on me, really, except for the jacket, kind of.
Yeah.
But I think I was one of the more experienced cast members in terms of having previously lived that lifestyle, which was
Yeah.
cool. Teach other members of the cast to skin up.
You wore the camo jacket, didn't you? Is that right?
I did. I think I might have gave that away at some Ideal like fan event after it finished. But yeah, that was cool. And I think Craig was kind of closer to me in terms of his wardrobe and that at the time. And then Steve was I didn't really dress like that. I like Steve's wardrobe, but he was more them kind of collared little polo shirts and that, and a really crap jacket and stuff. He didn't really have a style, did he? He's just like a useless bastard.
Yeah, well, the cast is so recognisable. Do you still get recognised now, like if you're in public from the show or anything?
Rarely, yeah, like I say, very rarely these days. Um, it'll maybe be a gig or something like that because I still do stand-up comedy and that. Um, but it used to happen quite a lot. I used to think I was going to get beaten up quite a lot, and it turned out it was um, ideal fans. Like I was doing a gig in Birmingham, and I got the train station a bit early. I thought I'd just walk to the gig. So it was early evening, and I don't really know Birmingham, so I ended up walking through this kind of dodgy looking estate area, and that I thought, never mind. And then this like souped up like hatchback car like drove past me, and I saw the people in the car looking at me as I drove past, and I thought, just keep your head down, like just keep walking. And then I heard the car like spin round and come back and like screeched to a halt right next to me. I thought, oh fucking hell, here we go. And the bloke in the car just shouted at me, went, "You're him, aren't you?" And I was like, "What?" He says, "You're him." I was like, "What you on about?" He says, "Fucking ideal, mate. You're the fucking bloke out of ideal. Fucking brilliant." So I was like, "All right, yeah, thanks, lads." But yeah, there's a couple of times where I thought I was going to get hit, and it just shows you what kind of people went into ideal.
Yeah, yeah. One of my favourite scenes was when Steve he was fed up of being bullied by
Mm.
Cartoon Head and Psycho Paul, and he snaps and he cuts Cartoon's head ear off. That was great. Have you
Yeah,
got a favourite scene or a favourite episode?
I'd loved that scene, and I said they should have kept it going a bit longer because he was only kind of leader of the gang for about one episode.
Yeah,
I would have liked it to the end of that season, but there you go. But yeah, that was great fun, and also the scene that kind of was the consequence of that when Psycho Paul takes my eye out with a spoon. That was good fun as well. Um, the first scene, like the Craig's final scene, was a really nice scene. Because it was kind of that. It was right at the end of the season, and it was a little bonding thing for Craig and Mars of Mars finally figuring, oh, this guy's not too bad. Actually, he's all right. And showing him his kids and all that, and then getting shot in the head, and then a bit of blood lands on the photograph. All that kind of thing was that was a cool scene, and that was nice to be in. Any scene which involves stunts or anything like falling out the window or the dancing stuff or the stuff with like spinning the stick round for the fight and stuff, that was always a good laugh. Anything where everybody was in for like the final thing of the season or for a Christmas special or something like that, that would always be good. Stuff where you could make people laugh, that was good, even though you weren't supposed to. But you can see them on the outtakes. And Craig, like Steve's final scene as well, where I ended up going to heaven, and Craig and Steve did the hug in heaven, which obviously we had I think it was one of the technicians stood in as Craig or Steve with a wig on when we did that scene.